Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the Tarte palette again, the Big Ego, so I can give my second thoughts because I really wanted to play with that silver shade in here because it just fascinates, well, a couple of these shades fascinate me. Both the two lid shades I used today fascinated me. So the two shades we're going to be playing that are these metallic shades to begin with, okay? But this one here and this one here really, even this one here does too. It's like glitter, but not. It's like really chunky, but as the warmth of your lid or your finger smooths it across, it lays down so nice. Now, is there fallout with this? Yes, there is. If you spray your brush, you won't get as much, but if you use your finger, you won't get as much. But there's still going to be fallout throughout the time. Now, I did not spray. As you all know, I don't do that. I'm debating on whether to start or not. But I didn't do that, and I did get a little bit of fallout, but not much. It did brush away. However, I would say this eye has been done for about an hour, we'll say. It's been done about an hour. And I have fallout again. And it's getting harder to remove the fallout as it starts to lay because obviously the rest of my makeup is setting to my skin. Well, it has been. So my oils are starting to come out and it's sort of catching it and grabbing it and it's making it harder to go away. So keep it in mind. If you do use your finger, I think you'd be all right for a little bit longer, but I'm thinking maybe some sort of setting or glitter glue or like a setting spray with a hold type thing to it maybe would make it last longer. I don't know. Again, you could also maybe use Pat McGrath's Intensifies Artistry Wand. Wow, I cannot talk, but let's get started. The first shade we're going to go into is Brave. This one right, yeah, because you're going to see that, right? It's so hard. This one right here. We're going to go into Brave, and then we're going to go into Worthy, and then into Unbreakable. Those are the three mattes we're using today. But let's start out with Brave. And these mattes are just Tarte's regular mattes. I mean, they're just mattes. They're easy to use, you know. I'm sure you've played with a Tarte palette. Like the mattes, I don't ever have really any kind of issue with. It's always been the metallics that, or the shimmers, I guess. I don't know how you want to say satins that I've got an issue with. They just didn't produce. But for back in the day, maybe they did. You know what I mean? They're older palettes. Now they're newer palettes. They're getting on the roll. That eye, that's shiny. And I like it. And it lays against my eye nicely. And it isn't causing too much. Like, it's not laying into the lines of my eyes. You know what I mean? And the other shades with the other Tartes, that they lay nice too. And it definitely is nice for aging eyes. But there's just no oomph to them, I don't think. I mean, I know a lot of people like those Tarte palettes. But, I mean, I do like the Tarte, or the Tartelette palettes. I do like the Tartelette Juicy palette. I will stick by that one. But the other three, I mean, the one that's all matte, I don't care. I can use that one because I love to grab a color pop shadow and, you know, put it on my lid. So that one, I you know, I can kind of get somebody, you know, that wants just a nice matte palette and then use something like that a lot. That makes sense to me. Why do I feel like I see a hair somewhere? It's not on my brush. But, I don't know. I don't think, and you know, I've played with a lot of formulas now, so I kind of like the oomph I've discovered. I like the shiny, you know, the shinier the better, as long as it delays nice. I don't even care about fallout, to be honest with you. I would prefer no fallout, obviously. But at the same time, certain shades, you kind of have to expect it, you know what I mean? Like, you know it's going to be there. So that's that shade. It's basically just a transition shade type thing. Alright, now we're going to go into the shade Worthy. And we're going to start to darken it up. You know, I think I see where people are talking about like how I'm not a makeup artist obviously, but I'm trying to figure out like certain things why people do, you know, like eyes are different and all that. And I'm trying to make my two eyes even. Don't work for me ever, no matter what I do. But I also know that that could be because of my own stigmatism in my eye to begin with, so I do see things a little bit different to begin with, you know? And I know that. So it could be because of that is why I can't create both eyes the same, just because what I see isn't really what is there. But I've been trying real hard to do it, and I just can't seem to figure it out. And it does make it harder for me to do one eye at a time. But, I mean, we all know we ain't got time for me to do both eyes on camera. Lord have mercy. Could you even imagine? We'd be here for hours. And then I'm going to stamp that Worthy shade along the lower lash line. I'm going to stamp it first and then blend it out, because I want this as dark as I can get it, and I really don't feel like sitting here building it up, I mean. So I'd rather just stamp it in there and then blend. Which even when I do that, I have to go back and build it somewhat, you know. But at least I don't have to build it as much and blend as much. I'm using the Tarte Fake Awake in the waterline, as you probably already guessed. This is a pretty brown though. I mean, it's a brown I've had, you know, but the colors in this palette are definitely pretty and they suit each other. It was the Tartelette Full Bloom was the other big palette. The Maneater and then the Tartelette Full Bloom. Those two I really do like. And I do think that if you did get the two Christmas palettes, you really wouldn't need this one. But all in all, I do like this one. And to be honest, I mean, Tarte's back on my radar and has been for a little while now, just because, I mean, they've come out with quite a few things and they've been nice. Really nice launches. And even though I like Too Faced too, don't get me wrong, there's certain things from them that I do like, and you know, but their eyeshadows, performance-wise, they haven't been all that great in my opinion, I don't think. They're not bad, but for me, with Too Faced, it's more the packaging that gets me. And then Urban Decay, I don't even know what they're doing over there. Okay, now we're going to go into the shade Unbreakable. And we're just going to darken up that outer portion here. Very lightly. We're just putting a little bit of depth in there, not too much. We don't want it to take over because these metallics are the winners here today. But we do need a little bit of something out there, I think. Okay. I think I got both eyes the same depth and darkness. I think my mascara is starting to transfer, and I do not know why. Because this is my lash clash, and I've never had a transfer. So, I don't know if it's because it's so hot out or what, but I can definitely see where it's trying to transfer right there. I don't like that. Because I just never had to do it before, so it's confusing me. I'm being confused. And it doesn't take much to confuse me. We're just going into those previous shades to make sure they're still good. Alright. Let's go into this one again. Okay, now I've got glitter everywhere, you all. Alright, let's take that same shade, Unbreakable. Man, I cannot talk. And we're going to line the lower lash line with it. And then blend it out with that same shade we already used. Okay. Now, we are going to take the shade Daring. Let me put this here, which is this pink shade right here in the corner. Right here in the corner, we're going to take this shade here, and we're going to pick it up, and we're going to start to lay that on the inner part of the lid and over. And it goes on, like I said, really chunky. But as you push it in, and if you look at it in the pan, it even looks chunky. See how it looks chunky? Both of them do. But man, when they lay across this lid, and I really didn't get any fallout with this shade. It's the silver one I got the fallout with. But can you see? Oh, it's gorgeous. Pick it up a little more. But it's the silver shade in this palette that's just breathtaking. And I kind of am like thinking about that silver, like if you did do like a whole lid and then pop it in the middle on top of another metallic shade. Oh, I bet that'd be so pretty. Okay, so we're going to use the shade Speak Up now. And again, it's that silver. And we're going to pick it up. I'm using a rougher brush for this. and you can see how glitter. But as you pat it down on the lid, it just melts into this beautiful, I don't know, I just can't tell you how beautiful this looks, to be honest. And it lays so nice on the lid once you get it there. And again, using your finger, the warmth, like the warmth from it in your lid, it lays even prettier. But I wanted precision, so that's why I went with a brush. Because there's nothing precise about my application of anything. Let's be honest. But can you see that? Oh, it's so gorgeous. Like, that's just gorgeous to me. I really want to build it up right here in this inner corner of my lid, like the inner part of my lid. Because we're going to blend the two together in the middle anyway. Okay, now we're going to go back into Daring. And start to blend them, merge them together a little bit here. Okay, can you see? Like, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with the silver. I really don't. But there is just something about it that is just gorgeous to me. Let me try to pat it in with my finger. There we go. Oh. I got flakes everywhere, you all. Alright, there we go. Now I really got the flakes. Alright, let's wipe that off. I've got glitter everywhere. That's going to be your other thing if you don't like glitter, because I'm sure when I go take this off, it is going to be a glittery mess. I would have to assume that all these little sparkles are going to go everywhere, considering they kind of already are. Okay. Alright, I think I got them the same, as good as I think I'm going to get them anyway. And the more of this I add, I feel like the more it's going to be down my face and do nothing for us, you know? So I think I'm going to drop everything too. I think they're about as even as they're going to get. Let me get this cleaned up, because I know I could see it from every angle, you know? I'll be darned, it's not as bad as I thought. It's bad. But it is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I will say that it looks pretty good. Okay, now for inner corner, I kind of used a shade I wasn't thinking would be right, to be honest, but I wanted to try it. And it was called Visionary, and it's the other shade in here that kind of looks Visionary right here, and it kind of looks like a flaky shade, and it is. But it's a light pink, and I just thought it would kind of maybe pull the look together. It's not as pink as I would like to go when I'm wearing a shirt like this, you know, because we know my eye look loves to match my shirts. But it did pretty good. It wasn't too bad on a inner corner. It worked. Did its job enough anyway. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go into this shade. I think we're good. Okay, so now I just need to line the top lash line now. And again, I'm going to use that same shade Unbreakable that I used on the bottom lash line. And we're going to line the top lash line. I will say that by doing this, you again could get fallout because you're messing with those shades up there. So do be careful. But even the fallout, like the way the eye look turned out, the way those two shades did eventually like meld into each other, I'm okay with the fallout, with the way the eye look turned out overall. Now, if the eye look didn't turn out good, I won't lie, I wouldn't be so into all this fallout. And again, I do realize I could have sprayed, I could have laid down glitter glue, I could have did all sorts of things. I could have did my base makeup after my eye. So I'm aware of all of that. I'm just not that concerned with it. But I do want to point it out because, you know, some people do their makeup for reasons. I just do it because, well, I just like to play. I'm not going anywhere special, you know. But if you were, I wouldn't want you to grab this palette thinking you'd be okay, because you wouldn't. It would be everywhere. Now we're going to use the YSL for the top lashes. And then the Lancome for the bottom. I will say I definitely had more fallout on this side than the other. But that was my fault trying to get the colors the same. Okay. And then bottom lashes, Lancome, and we're done. Final thoughts. I like this palette. I've really been enjoying Tarte as a brand again, and I love that, considering it is one of the OGs of makeup. I mean, not, you know, like Estee Lauder or anything, or Lancome, but still, yeah, it's been around for a while. And I'm glad to see that it came out with newer formulas, newer things to be more, you know, up to date And I like that. Now, if the other brands would do the same, like Urban Decay, although they do have good face. But anyway, needless to say, the Tarte palette is a win for me. I will not be putting that away like I have the rest of my palettes. It will sit here along with the ABH. So, out of the ones I've just tried, these are the two that will be sitting with me. And I'm excited for that. So, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped in some way, whether you were still on the fence or not. But that silver, I'm just stuck on that silver. I need to know what else I can do with it. Like, it's just so pretty to me. I like this eye better than this eye. I don't know why, but I do. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I believe this could be the last review, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be going back to Guess That Palette, I believe. I don't think I have anything new coming in, so that's exciting. Alrighty. That's all I got for you. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to make sure. Waterline, okay. Oh, I put on a Tarte lipstick today. Lip paint. I think this says Devilish or Delish. I can't read those small type. But I like this color. It's really pretty. And then I topped it with Mario lip plumping stuff in Bronze Glow. So all in all, I really like the look. Oh, and the foundation, this Reboot, I really like this foundation a lot. So that's all I have for you today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.